Hello and welcome to this new DJI tutorial brought to you by Computer Mano. My name is Camilo and today we are going to answer your most common questions about the DJI drones usage. So come with me. Okay, so the first question is, what happens if I lose the drone signal? It is very simple. If you are flying your drone using the DJI Go app, you have to check in the bottom left corner on the screen where a map is located and check if an H in a green color is marked in the screen. If it is, it means that the drone knows where it took off, and then if it loses the signal, it is going to come back to the home point. A lot of people out there say that you need at least 15 satellites for the drone to come back to the go home point, but that's not true. It is not a matter of quantity, it is a matter of quality. So if you have 10 satellites connected to the drone, but you have a good quality of those 10 satellites connected, then you are going to be okay and the drone is going to come back successfully to the go home point. So the only thing you have to check, how I just said, is just to check in the map located in the bottom left corner on the screen that an H in green color is marked right there. It means that the drone is going to come back to that position whenever it loses its signal. The second question is, do I have to always calibrate the drone compass? No, you don't. Out there, you can find a lot of people saying that you have to calibrate the compass for the drone to come back to the go home point. It is not true. The compass calibration is only a matter for the drone to be stable in the air while you are flying. Nowadays, drones like the Mavic Pro, like the Mavic Air, like the Phantom 4, they come with two compasses integrated in the aircraft itself. So it means that if one compass is not working properly, then the drone is going to get the information from the other compass. If you use a Phantom 3, like the Phantom 3 Standard, Advanced or Professional, or maybe a DJI Spark, you should calibrate the compass every time you are going to take off. Not for the go home point matter, no, because if the drone comes close to magnetic interference, then maybe it is going to get crazy in the air if you are using a Phantom 3 or an Spark, which are drones that only have one compass. But if you have like a Phantom 4, like I just said, or a Mavic Pro, then you can be worry-free. You have to only calibrate the compass whenever the drone asks you to do it, because maybe both compasses are not working well. The third question is, what happens if the drone runs out of battery? Yes, you have to be very careful with the battery itself, but the drone is intelligent. So you don't have to be always worried about what is the actual percentage of your battery, because the drone has an algorithm which detects the actual distance from the go home point, I mean where the drone took off and where the drone actually is in that moment. Then it detects what is the actual percentage of the battery, and it says like, okay, I have 10 minutes to come back to the go home point and I have like 50%, then I have to come back. And a pop-up window in the DJI Go is going to appear, which says the actual battery percentage is only enough for the drone to come back to the go home point. So I'm going back to the go home point in 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. So after it goes to 1, then the drone is going to come back. Or you can push a button called return to home and the drone is going to come back whenever you push that button. But you have a cancel button as well. So if you push that cancel button, then you are going to fly by your responsibility, which means that if the drone goes to the 10% of battery, then it is going to start landing wherever it is. So if it is over the sea, then it is going to land over the sea. If it is over a river, then it is going to land over the river. So you have to be very careful with that and check when you have that pop-up window on the DJI Go app, just push the return to home button and then you are going to be safe. The fourth question is, do a drone avoid obstacles? Yes, they do, but it depends on the drone you have. If you get a Phantom 3, no, you cannot avoid obstacles. But if you have a DJI Spark or a Phantom 4 or a Phantom 4 Pro or a Mavic Pro, then absolutely the drone is going to avoid obstacles. But you have to be very careful. It is only going to avoid very big obstacles like a building, like a post, but it is not going to avoid something like an electricity cable, like a lift. It is not going to do it. And it also depends on the speed. If you go up to 40 kilometers per hour, then the drone is not going to have enough time to stop when it detects the obstacle. You have to fly like slowly for the drone to be able to stop whenever it finds an obstacle. The obstacle avoidance system doesn't work in dark. So if you are not flying your drone, you have to be very careful not to be very close to a building or something like that, because the drone is not going to avoid that obstacle. It needs enough light for the drone to detect the obstacle and it stops. The fifth question is, can I use my drone to do topographic surveys? Yes, of course you can. And you can use whatever drone you have, if it is DJI. But some drones or some references are going to be way better than other. For example, if you are using a Phantom 4 Pro, you are going to be okay. Why? Because you have a 20 megapixel camera, which is going to give you a very detailed photo of the terrain you are doing the topographic survey. And you are going to have 2 GPSs on the aircraft. So it means that all of the photos you take with a Phantom 4 Pro, they are going to be geo-referenced. A software like Pix4D will stitch all the pictures in a more precisely manner. How I just said, you can use whatever drone you have. So if you have a Phantom 3, you can do it. If you have an Spark, you can do it. If you have a Mavic Pro, you can do it as well. Our next question is my drone waterproof? No, it isn't. If you are flying your drone and it starts raining, you have enough time to take the drone down and land it safely. But it doesn't mean that if it is raining outside and you are not flying your drone, you take the drone out of your box and start flying it. No, you can't. But the drone has inside a protection, so if you are flying and it starts raining, you can land it safely. Our next question is, how much weight can a drone lift? Can I raise a banner? No, you cannot raise the banner. If you have a Phantom 4, the motors, they are very powerful. It could lift up to 2 kilograms, but it doesn't mean you can do it. The powerful motors inside a Phantom 4 are not designed to lift weight. They are designed to resist the wind. So it could resist up to 30 kilometers of wind against the aircraft, but you cannot lift any kind of weight or raise a banner. You cannot do it. Maybe the drone is going to get crazy in the air fighting against the wind with a big banner on it. Our next question is, can I follow a car at a high speed? No, you can't, or it depends on what do you consider high speed. But if you are following a car or a motorcycle, I will recommend you not to follow that vehicle at more than 50 kilometers per hour, because at that speed you are going to be able to control the aircraft with your remote controller. And some drones, they are not going to be able to go more than 60 kilometers per hour. So you don't want to lose your drone, so don't take it more than 50 kilometers per hour. Our next question is, can I fly my indoors? Yes, you can, but it also depends on the drone you have. If you own a DJI Phantom 3 Standard, no, you cannot fly a drone indoors because it doesn't have the positioning system, which is going to make your drone stable in the air. But if you own a Spark or a Phantom 3 Professional or Advanced or a Mavic Pro or a Mavic Air or other drone newer than a Phantom 3, then you can absolutely fly indoors, even if you own a DJI Tele. But it makes no sense for me to fly indoors in a department or in a very small house. If you want to record your house indoors, then you can take your drone in your hand and move around the home and start recording. The indoors usage of drones, it is designed for churches, it is for using in like warehouses or big places, but not a department or a house. The next question is, where can I find the photos and videos I took with my drone? Some people tell me like all the pictures and videos I took with my drone, they are stored on my phone. Yes, they are, but those are not the original files. All the original files you record with your drone, you are going to find them in the micro SD card which you previously inserted in your drone. All the videos and photos that you can find in your mobile device, there are something called cache, which are low resolution copies of your videos and photos you already took with your drone. So they are not going to look as stunning as they should be. So if you want to get the high quality photos and videos, you must go to the micro SD card inside your drone. Our next question is, does a drone work better with iOS or with Android? It is complicated. For me, I really think it works better with iOS. and I don't even own an iOS device, but I do think they work better with iOS. And that is not a matter of like DJI and Apple has a partnership. No, it isn't. It is because it is easier for DJI to optimize the DJI Go app for iOS devices, because iOS devices are like 6. So iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 6, iPhone 5S, and iPhone X. That's it. But for Android devices, they have to optimize their applications for all the Android devices out there in the market. So Huawei, Samsung, Xiaomi, OnePlus. So maybe if you own an Android device, it is going to work, the app is going to work. But if it is not a DJI compatible smartphone, maybe you are going to have some bugs on the application. So maybe it is going to crash, or your phone is going to start restarting. So if you can get an iOS device only to fly your DJI drone, I will recommend you to do it. Now our last question is it better to use DJI Go or Litchi? There are lots of apps out there in the market, including DJI Go, including Litchi, including Autopilot, Drone Deploy, Pix4G Capture. You can choose whatever you want. I will recommend you to use DJI Go because it is the official one. But Litchi has some features that DJI Go doesn't. For example, Litchi is available in most languages. DJI Go is only available like in English, Portuguese, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and that's it. Litchi is available in most languages. With Litchi, you are going to get more like automatic shots or movements of the drone itself. With DJI Go, you can only have like the normal intelligent flight modes like active track, point of interest, follow me, and all the common intelligent flight modes. But with Litchi, you are going to get more. But I think that it is a very personal decision. But if you ask me, I would prefer to use the DJI Go app. How I told you, it is the official one, and I think it is the more stable application out there. So I think we have reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for coming here to our channel. If you want more English content, please subscribe to this channel, and if you have more questions about using your DJI products, you can leave us a comment in the comment section below. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as @computemano. I will leave you right here the description. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.